Okay, what's up, guys? Happy Friday. I hope that you guys have all had a good week. It's been a very very interesting week. A lot of news events, a lot of volatility. We are taking out levels now. So you guys saw I had those longs on the Nasdaq yesterday, and yeah, we're just going to see what we get today. We are taking out previous day's lows, and we are sitting at the low of day right now, and even low of session for the pre-market trading right now. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get. The Mag 7 are all down pre-market except Nvidia. So yeah, it is going to be, as I said, an interesting one. Um, I mean, the shorts obviously on the play cards right now. Everything's melting off, everything's selling off. So it's going to be hard to see. But yeah, I was in and out of that Nasdaq trade yesterday, pretty quick, pretty fast as well. So I literally caught that little bit of a pop there before we end up tanking like 200 points from the highs. Yeah, 400 points actually. So, yeah, and then we got a massive spark at the end of session yesterday. So it's going to be an interesting one to see what we do get. What's up? You want to Dodge, Mark? Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to see what we do get. As I said, I think levels on ES that I'm looking at right now, obviously we've taken our previous day's lows. So at the minute, we don't really have too much to the left of us besides back at the weekly open price. So we rallied on that Trump candle. We've literally retraced all of it right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how we do react to it. I need to go to 20 point. Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do get. I think if we clear even these levels, we're going to start melting away fast. So what's very, very interesting, let's go back. Let's go to the hourly time frame. Okay, so I got some levels here on ES. Let's go out to the hourly time frame. We can see we're sitting at previous week's lows and also current week's lows. We pumped up on that Trump candle. This is ES. Literally, that Trump candle was like 250 points. And now we've actually rotated all the way back down, sitting right back at it where we moved off of, right? So yeah. Yeah. So as I said, I think if we rotate, if we clear, if we stay underneath 500, yeah, 6,500, I think we could see lower for sure. And it's going to be very, very, I'm just going to react and trade what's in front of me. That's what's been working for me right now. And I haven't been really forecasting. The DAX also coming lower. So I haven't really been trying to forecast or, plan anything. I just trade what's in front of me and hopefully try and make money that way. I think when you do try and call levels or anything like that, it becomes a very, very tough game to play at times because you are trying to read and predict instead of react. So reacting has always just worked best for me. Without any news, are you looking for long here? Potentially, 100%. We could bounce off these lows, no problem. We've seen it happen many, many times on the indexes to end the week where we just, we rally off of lows. So again, it would be fading momentum at the moment. As I said, we're going to have to see what stocks do pre-market and into the open. But Nvidia does look like it's holding up here. Base hits, exactly. Base hits. Instead of trying to catch the whole move, just stack your base hits up. That's all you need in this game, personally. You don't need to be catching massive moves. I mean, the move that I had yesterday on the Nasdaq was literally the only pop that we had to the high side the whole day. But I made money. It was actually over $2,000. So you don't need massive moves in this game. You just need stacking the base hits. Let's go to my calendar here. Let's go to start day. So on my FTMO live accounts, I'm up 20 grand this month on them actually at the minute. But let's go to Thursday. We'll start my day as well in a bit. Let's put all the accounts on. So I've locked up 2 accounts for payout. I've just got the one account that I'm trading at the moment. That's the one that's currently active on there. The other accounts I've locked out for payout. I think I've got a 6 grand payout coming and another 3.5 grand payout. So those ones are all locked out, and I'm just trading one account at the moment with the FTMO. The other two, I'll take the payout, and then obviously, so I've got the 3, right? But those NQ longs I took on stream yesterday with zinc was pretty nice. We flush the lows, we hold pre-market levels, and I literally take the long on the break of that New York session back up to the highs. And that was a trade, a base hit trade. I literally catch like 40 points, 50 points of the move, and that ended up being the high of the day. We end up respecting the daily VWAP or overnight VWAP and coming lower. So we can actually go over that too. So NASDAQ, literally that was the high of session right there. So I caught that move that popped from here up to the highs, and it actually ended up going a little bit more. And then that ended up being the high of session. But if you put the daily VWAP on, as you can see, there's my daily over there. But if we put that daily VWAP on like that, look how it respects that. So you want to be trading in line with the VWAPs ideally. But yesterday I did find there was a nice move back up towards that VWAP, and I just took that base hit play, just keeping it as simple as possible. And that was the move. So I'll be live. I don't think Andre's coming on today. He's still traveling. So I'll be live with you guys for the open, and we'll see if we can catch anything again. Again, like what's been working for me is not trying to read or predict. It's just read and react, right? Read and react. That's what's been working for me, and I'm gonna continue operating from that place of just reading what's in front of me and trading price action for what it is. Now, I do think yesterday was a little bit more of a tougher trade, I must say. So let's go drop down to the 1 minute time frame. We can see yesterday's price action. Let's go like that. Let's put the New York session VWAP on. So why I did like those longs is we did come off of the opening range low, as well as off of those pre-market lows. Okay. So that's why I liked it. We flushed the lows on the open. We opened up at 154. We flushed the lows and we reclaimed quite aggressively. And I had a clear stop loss placement at the lows, targeting back up to the highs. So that was my trade. And I probably could have taken some more shorts later on in the day on that specific FTMO account. But on my main accounts, I try and, if I'm green on the day, I try and just lock it up and take those base hits. How was your morning? Any trades? I've been off the desk personally. So no trades this morning, but I mean, there was probably some easy shorts this all morning long. So yeah, there's been some easy shorts. There's actually been some nice London session plays, I must say. Like these are some easy plays here to the downside. We're holding structure. We come off of that new wick candle over there from yesterday and we move lower. So there has been some nice London session trades on these indexes. Just getting some nice follow through. Trade my chart, know what I think exactly. 100%, Steve. How was, Dodge. Yeah, so exactly. Trade your chart, not what you think should happen, but what you would like to happen, but what's actually happening in front of you. So again, as I said, I'll be live now in the next 40 minutes with you guys here on my YouTube and Edgeful's YouTube, all my X accounts. Okay. And again, I think even if we're looking at the NASDAQ chart over here right now, it's going to be a tough long if you find anything. I mean, I would ideally like something what happened yesterday where we maybe move up and then we can get the next leg back down. But I am wary of selling at this level because this is the level we actually on NASDAQ, we're actually trading even below it. But if stocks start to bounce up here, then, that does bring the question in if we are going to get that relief bounce back up. So again, I think, we can sit here and make plans and everything like that. But I think if we start to bounce, I will look for longs. And that is ideally, I would like to see that to end the Friday. But again, the markets don't care what I think. So I'll read and react. We'll wait for that first hour candle. So let's go to that, the edgeful stats. We'll wait for the screener to set up that opening candle continuation report. Okay. Over here, this opening candle continuation will give me great insight. Okay, so first hour bullish on NQ. Let's go to NQ. First hour bullish in the day, green 74% of the time, and vice versa for the short 76% of the time. Now let's go to the last month for what this has actually been producing. A little bit of actually this our first hour hasn't been too great in the last month. For the first hour was bullish in the last month, 50% of the time, and for short 62% of the time. So that hasn't been obviously ideal. But in the last 3 months, let's go to the last 3 months, that goes up to 85 and 71. So it is typically a very, very nice stat to go off of, right? More often than not. Surprise. So no high impact news today. We can have a look. Let's put some medium impact news on at the minute. We do have a little bit of medium impact news at 10 a.m., but I don't really look at that. I normally just look at the high impact news events. Okay, and right now we don't have anything on the cards at the minute. We obviously will have some Trump tweets, I'm pretty sure. So let's just see what happens. The VIX is also trading above 26, so that's obviously not great for the longs. And even across the list, pre-market, most of these stocks aren't actually doing too much with regards to the long plays that we were looking at, right? So yeah, as I said, I think thanks, congrats on the 5K subs, I appreciate it. Yeah, keep tuning in, keep hitting the like button, and keep helping me grow. I appreciate it. I put a lot of time and effort into my streams and everything like that, and doing it every single day, and trying to show you how I'm actually able to make money trading, right? So it's not always going to be a perfect day, but we learn and we move on. Take one good day at a time. So no high impact news. We'll wait for the opening range to set. That's going to be my plan. And we'll go from there. Again, my same process every single day. I look at levels, what's opening range and VWAP, and then the edgeful data and what stocks are doing into the open. 3 days now, red. I think I need to chill and take some time to check out what's going on. What trades have you been taking, Raz, your side? I'd be interested to see. Yeah, what trades have you been taking, Raz, your side? But yeah, only NVIDIA green on the Mag 7 right now. Everything else trading lower. Meta actually had a massive sell-off yesterday. So that's spitting out, and that's back at those lows from November, but took out those lows from November. So off all-time highs right now, we're actually sitting down over 30% on Meta. We had that massive spike to the high side, to start in January into Feb, 22% gain, and now just spitting back down 26% off those highs. It's mostly been gold, but the Trump did hurt me real good, and also some news from other countries. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you can blame Trump and everything like that, but at the end of the day, I think the biggest thing for us as traders, we've got to take accountability. We decide to place the trades and everything like that. So it can be unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear. But I think the biggest learning curve for me in my trading was like, we are responsible for every button that we click on the charts. But yeah, gold's been very, very interesting recently. We are sitting back at that daily 200 EMA on gold. So that's an interesting one. So yeah, if ES can reclaim 500 and hold above that, I would be interested in maybe a relief bounce today. But we'll see. Again, I'm going to wait for that first hour to set in, see what the stocks are doing into the open with the opening range and VWAP and the edgeful data. And then we'll go from there. Just taking one good trade at a time. That's all that we can really do, right? It's all that we can really do. And yeah, very true. That's why I want to check back on what I could have missed or done. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously unfortunate. I know Zinc was in those longs on the NQ. I got out of that, and then he was in those longs, and that Trump. If I go to the 1 minute time frame yesterday, again we had that Trump tweet that literally it popped for him and then literally right back down. That was it popped, 45, 50 points and then just spat right back down to opening range low. My long was literally from there, 108 up to 155. So, you don't need to catch all of the move. You just need to be positioned well, manage risk, and take your base hits. So it's a tough one. Obviously, I'm not, I feel bad for you, but at the same time, it's the same for everyone, and that's what I love about trading. I play a bit of poker as well, but trading, everyone sees the same charts. Poker, everyone's got different cards, but trading, it's 100% a skill-based endeavor. Whereas poker, you can get a little bit more lucky. Whereas, trading is 100% skill-based. Everyone's looking at the same charts. Everyone's, probably got access to the same information. Maybe the hedge funds have a little bit more information, but we're all looking at the same charts and got to make the same decisions. Yeah, you're going to keep. I appreciate you. You're always tuning in, dude. You're always on here. What's up, Mind the Dave? Other name. But your previous trade that you showed, was that using top 50% of the OB? So I was just trading off price action and my levels. Remember, I always look at levels, and then so on NQ, we're coming off of those pre-market lows. We flushed them and then reclaimed them quite aggressively. So I was looking for a pump up. On the longer term, I thought we could have got to the previous day's lows, but that would be the outside days play. But I was just looking at price action, what we were doing. We flushed the lows, come off the opening range low, and then we look to move up to the opening range high. So that was my trade. So if you look at that again, we flush the lows, bounce aggressively. I'm looking just to play that momentum back up to the highs. And obviously, as usual, I never catch all of the move. That's always going to be the case. You're never going to catch the whole move. And but I'll take the one good day at a time, right? One good winning day at a time. And when you manage risk, you keep yourself in the game, right? So, yeah. How's your week been though? I know you said you've had 3 losing days in a row, but how's your week been otherwise? Like, how's the trading been? You can't always base on a one day, right? Sorry, I missed the stream yesterday. The whole of my area was lightning without power. All good. I'm well aware of that in South Africa for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys here. I'll see you on stream in the next. It will just be me on stream. Andre is still traveling this week, so it will just be me on stream. I'll check you guys all on for the open. Let's have a good trading day. Let's end the week strong. Let's manage risk. Let's just take one good trade at a time, and trade what's in front of us. 3 winning days, 1 red. Let's see today. Yeah, nice. Let's end the week strong. Again, you don't want to go into the weekend doing dumb stuff. So don't do dumb shit, and you give yourself a good chance to make money in this business. Again, I've spoken about keeping your average winning day similar to your average losing day, and that keeps you alive in the game. You don't want your average winning day to be $100 and your average losing day to be $500. That's going to take you 5 average winning days to get back just one losing day. You kill yourself like that. So let's just end the week strong, keep the risk tidy, and we'll see you guys on in a bit for stream. Yes, sir. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.